everybody, and welcome to the Premier League Predictions Game Week 23. This week we have Paddy.
Hello.
So, Paddy, we are literally after finishing our podcast with Paul Bourne. This is going to be going out on the Thursday. Obviously, we spoke to Paul on Tuesday, and it's live now. What did you think of that? Brilliant, doesn't it? He's
Yeah, I'd recommend anybody that's watching this that hasn't seen it or listened to it, go back and watch it live, or not live. Go back and watch the video on Facebook or YouTube, or else catch it on Spotify, because he had some great stories. It was so funny.
Yeah, he's brilliant. And there's a lot behind it. I think, you know what I mean. He had so much ability, and it was just kind of an attitude thing. I think that, and he was happy enough admitting it himself that was the downfall of himself, really. But what a guy, and a really sound guy. Talking to him before and after the podcast as well, just what a gent, and even saying that he could potentially get us Alan Thompson and John Hartson even to come on the podcast. Even the thoughts of that would be unbelievable. So.
I found it fascinating, and it's not the first person we've had on the show that has talked about, getting into football young, and then because you have so much free time in your hands, you end up falling to drink or betting or whatever, stuff like that. And you'd like to hope there's more protection out there for young people going into the game nowadays, because it's scary.
We had it with Andy as well, Andy McNulty, who was on the podcast. He the same thing, went over to Scotland again. I don't know if it was a common trend with Scotland. They're very similar to the Irish. We love our drink, But Andy was the same thing, went over, just got into the wrong stuff. A lot of boredom took over, and that's what happens. You make your way back over to Ireland. Some people get another break and they go back across, and some don't. It is something that Paul was really adamant about, that there has to be support for players kind of coming back. And I think he's spot on, to be honest with you. But look, Paddy, everybody can watch that anyway, because it's on our channel. Again, like we said before, we always say it. Make sure if you are watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Go onto our Instagram, follow us on Instagram, our Twitter. Go on to Twitter. We're on TikTok. We're fucking everywhere, Paddy. So look, we're gonna do what we're here to do. We're gonna keep it short and sweet. Hopefully, 15-20 minutes. We're gonna run through game week 23 of the Premier League. So,
you mean
the
15
first
or
match,
20 minutes on the United game?
Oh, here we go. It is Tuesday evening, and the final whistle is just literally after blown in Chelsea and Brighton. Finished 1-1. That's not far off me going.
That's now only 2 wins in 8 games for Chelsea.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
It's not as bad as United. That's as bad as United.
Stop it. We'll talk that then when we get to it. Right, we're going on to the first game. Which is Watford and Norwich. Paddy, what way do you see this one going?
Norwich with a good win, getting Benitez the sack, the final nail in his coffin. Watford had a draw with a late goal against Newcastle. So they'll both be feeling good about themselves. So I'm going to go for a draw here. I'm probably going to go. I'm actually going to go for a 0-0 draw. I just got a feeling that it might be a 0-0 draw. Yeah, they're both confident, but they might be both so confident that they might just cancel each other out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're far off there, because Watford probably have the better team. But yeah, look, that could be a massive boost for Norwich. They're only 1 point behind Watford, but obviously Watford have the 2 games in hand, so it's a much bigger game for Norwich. They need to win it. It could be make or break for the whole season. This could be the point where that's it. They've confirmed relegation. But yeah, I think your draw is probably not far off. I'm going to go with a 1-1. It was great to see Adam Ida got his first Premier League goal ever for Norwich this week. So brilliant. Great to see an Irish striker who is playing for Ireland get on the score sheet. Hopefully he can do it again. I'm going to say a 1-1 draw, and I'm going to say Ida. I'm going to back him. I'm going to stick with him, and I'm going to say he's going to get another goal, 2 in a row.
Come on, Ireland.
All
right. So moving on to the next game, we have Everton and Aston Villa. Everton looking for a new manager. What do you think of some of the names that have been bandied about? I'm hearing Lampard and Rooney.
Frank Lampard.
I know that's Martinez as well, I heard today.
Yeah, there's a couple of good names. So I think we were talking in the chat about Wayne Rooney, and someone, I think it could have been Chris, had said he doesn't think like he thinks that Rooney wants to get out of Derby, but like I really don't think he does. Like I think he's relishing that challenge. Like, and if he can save them, like with what did they have, like a 15 or 20 point deduction? If he can save them, that would be an unreal job, and that is the kickstart of his career.
And
fuck
he only
Everton.
came out a couple of months ago, didn't he? When like they went into administration, and so the money was taken off, and they were saying like, "There's people here that can't afford, like we can't afford to pay them."
Yeah,
You know, and I'm not going to just leave the club. I'm going to stick by them and help them out
yeah.
where I can. You know, so he couldn't
Good.
walk away now, could he?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it'd be the right decision. Why would you go to a sinking ship that is Everton? I know it's a great challenge. It is a great challenge for a manager. Lampard is probably an ideal candidate. He wants to get back into it. He's hungry. He wants to get back in. He has a point to prove. He'll surely go into that team and create that little bit of bounce that we always talk about. That a new team should get from a manager, which Man United haven't got. Sorry, I slipped into Manchester United.
Wait to get to it.
Sorry.
And look, this is a great segue. Like they're playing against a team now that has probably is just a little bit further ahead of them. Aston Villa were going into a bit of free fall. They got rid of their manager, got in a young, inexperienced manager in Steven Gerrard. I know so similar patterns. They'll probably be looking at that story and hoping they can replicate it in some way. How do you see this game going?
Like it's one of them things. Like, is it going to be the assistant manager now that takes over at Everton, or like someone has to obviously take charge? So I don't know who it's going to be. Are they going to get? When is that match? That match is on Saturday, is it?
12:30. Yeah.
Like you're not going to get someone in that time, I don't think, unless they really move fast. And even if they move fast, I don't think that manager is going to be in the dugout. So I don't see them having. No, I don't see them having that bounce yet. But I still see Villa having that, and I see Villa being on a massive high after getting that result against Manchester United after being 2-0 down. So I'm going to go with a Villa win, and I'm going to say a 2-1 win for Villa. And who am I going to say? I'm going to say Coutinho to score again. Ironic that he scored against Manchester United, but wouldn't it be even more ironic again if he scores against Everton?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I know 2-1 and Coutinho to score.
Yeah, I suppose for Steven Gerrard's team talk for Coutinho, they wouldn't have needed much for these two games. You know, it's not two bad games to be starting with. I agree with you. I think Big Dunk will be taking over for Everton for the weekend. And anyway, Villa will get the win, though, I think. But I'm going to go for Ollie Watkins to score first, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Villa. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right, on to the next one, Paddy, and we have Brentford and Wolves. So, look, Brentford are obviously coming off a poor 3-0 loss against Liverpool. Wolves on a bit of a high at the moment. They're playing pretty well. Currently sitting in 8th position. They've got 10 points from the last 12. So on a decent run. Won 3-1 against Southampton there. So, how do you see this one going? It's going to be, I think it'll be boring enough, I think.
I don't know. We've seen Brentford against some of the big boys in their home ground, and, they played really, really well. But then I watched Wolves only a few weeks ago against United, and they played us off the park. Like, they played us off the park. I do think Wolves they have a really good team there, and I think their position doesn't truly reflect their performances this season, because I think the new manager came in and he has got them playing really well, and they just haven't been able to score as many as he probably wanted, because their defense is really good. So I'm going to go for a win for Wolves. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Wolves and Jimenez to score first.
Yeah, I'm the same. I just think they'll probably have a bit too much for Brentford again. Brentford, to me, they just seem to be a team that play unbelievable against the likes of Chelsea, like Liverpool, United. But I think when it comes to them mid-level teams, like against like West Ham or like Brighton or Leicester or something, they'd probably just struggle a little bit. I put Wolves in that category as well. So I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for Wolves, and I am going to say Jimenez to score.
Nice. Okay. The mighty Leeds next. What a great win against West Ham. Nobody's seen that coming. Newcastle almost getting a win against Watford, but Watford scored in the 88th or 89th minute or something ridiculous. I just want to ask you first because I don't understand it. Chris Wood, 25 million. What do you think?
Do you know what? Right, this will blow him. Well, I blew my mind when I actually heard. Who was it? I think it could have been Chris again when we were golfing yesterday. He literally said, "Sorry, it was on Sunday." He literally said, "What about Newcastle after buying Chris Wood? So Burnley don't have him." And then I'm thinking to myself, of course they've done that. Burnley are literally in the relegation battle with them. So they've taken away their star striker and left them with fucking nothing.
It's a good point, isn't it? Yeah.
I never thought that. It never registered in my head like that was potentially what they were doing. But 25 million, he had a release clause of 23 or something. But I just thought that was brilliant. Like, and they don't want them. They probably won't use them. Like, I can't see him being the success there. But absolutely genius at the same time. So, I don't know. But there's talk of Newcastle signing a centre-back from Sevilla. He's handed in his notice and all. Handed his notice as if he's fucking working down the bleeding shop. He's put in a transfer request saying he wants to go. He'll be really good if they get him. He's a solid defender. They're building something decent. They seem to be working on defenders. They've got obviously Trippier in as well. Do they have enough for Leeds? I think this will be an entertaining game, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And I think there'll be goals, and I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. And I'm going to say Joe Linton to score for Newcastle.
All right. Okay. Wasn't expecting that.
No.
I'm going to say I see Newcastle's fortunes change, and I don't see them getting relegated this season, but they have to start winning at some stage. A lot of good feeling around the club at the moment. You know, they're making a couple of signings finally. The new owners. There's probably a few more that we haven't even heard about yet that maybe the players are hearing about. So I'm not saying they're going to win easily. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Newcastle, but I'm going to go for Chris Wood to score first, score on his debut.
Think he's going to score
because he's not a bad Premier League striker.
No, he's not. I've been harsh on him there, I think.
No, he's not. I think he averaged now this sounds bad, but I think it was 4 to 6 goals a season for the last 10 years. Like, for a bottom relegation club player, that ain't bad.
I reckon I'd get that. Might be own goals now, but still.
Like, obviously, I wouldn't be watching Burnley every week. So, but anytime I did watch him, like, he was always a threat.
He's a threat.
He always made it difficult.
And I used to hate when Chelsea were playing against him as well, because he was always good in the air. Like, he is good in the air. And he's always that risk of an 88-minute fucking ball being launched in and him jumping up with a fucking header. Like, and you always fear that.
Like, fucking hell, maybe United should have bought him, because I seen a stat at the last United game: 100 corners, 0 goals.
That's embarrassing. Considering you've got the player with the fattest head in the world at centre back, how has he not stuck his big fat head onto something? Like, come on.
Oh, Jesus. No, that I wasn't meant to do that, but that's a good segue into what we have next.
Well, did you give a score prediction on that one? Oh, you said Kristen.
I did. Chris Wood 2-1 Newcastle. Yeah.
Cool. Right. Next one. Oh, Paddy. Manchester United versus West Ham. Oh, Paddy. Rangnick out?
No. Ridiculous.
I just love that. Tuchel's having a nightmare, and fucking I just deflect. I deflect it all the way off to Rangnick. So look, what did you make of obviously the 2-2 draw against Villa? Like, are the players just showing that they have zero fucking bottle?
I was on Twitter and Facebook for the page. After the first half, I said it was the best half of football I've seen since Rangnick took over. And then, whether it be a fitness thing or whatever, it was two things. They ran out of steam, and they had no bottle.
Yeah.
They had no steel to actually say, right, even the last 20 minutes, dig in here and get the win. As soon as the real pressure was put on them, they just fell apart. Like, it was sad to see. It really was. I was obviously, as a supporter, but there's only you can't make too many excuses for them. These lads are on 200, 300 grand a week.
Yeah.
They don't get a boy anymore. They don't get to put their little posts up on Facebook or Twitter saying, you know, I'm trying my best. You know, I want more for the club and all. Just fucking do it.
Yeah.
Get
All
the
you have to
deadwood out.
do is run and work hard. That's the minimum requirement. I was talking to a guy in work today, he's a United fan, and we were talking about Rashford. I don't know if you've seen the clip where the ball comes up and I think the keeper knocks it down and he walks. Like the thing is 2 yards away from him and he
Greenwood didn't
walks.
square it to him. Because Greenwood didn't
And
square
like to me, that is like suicide for a player where you just don't do that with the fans. Like that's with the fans. If you as a fan see that, you are going fucking ballistic about that.
Yeah,
like, and that would be me personally. If Timo Werner is a prime example. He's not scoring goals, and I've seen a quote that he said. He goes, "To be honest with you, I don't know why the Chelsea fans support me so much. I'm a striker and I don't score, and the one reason is he works his fucking cock off, and that's the sole reason why Chelsea fans stick behind him, and that is all it needs. That's all Rashford needs to do. Just work hard, and that's it. Like
because
get through.
Obviously for Chelsea, for the strikers as well, to play the way Tuchel wants to play the way Rangnick wants to play, it's a high press. So if you have a striker up there, like the rest of your team are going to substitute in the goals for him. But if he's working hard and he's doing his job defensively as well as offensively, even if offensively he's not scoring as many as he should, you'll take that all day long. All day long. You want hard workers in your team. United are in a bad way. They need the deadwood out as quickly as possible. I don't know what they're hanging around for like some Martial and stuff like that. They're saying, oh no, we want like again, dithering and bad deals. Whoever is organising the contracts and everything else in that club should be shot. Because
it's shocking, isn't it?
When Ferguson and who was the managing director back then? David Gill was there. When a player got 2 years left in their contract, they signed a new contract or they were sold.
Yeah.
There was none of this
letting it down.
No,
letting it down to a year. Like, no, it doesn't exist.
Who like you're playing for Manchester United. With 2 years left in your contract, you know whether you're really happy or not. If you're not happy, get out.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, get out. But look, that's it. I'm not going to shite on about Manchester.
Right, United. Look, we'll score predictions. We'll keep it short and sweet. So, score prediction for this
one. West Ham lost against Leeds. Man United though, no bottle. I'm probably going to go for another draw. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw, and Ronaldo to score first.
Nice. I am going to actually say a West Ham win. I know you're not going to want to hear that. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to West Ham. Again, I think it might be a thing where United take the lead and blow it and lose their bottle. So, yeah, I'm going to say David Moyes to come back and hunt United. I'm going to say 2-1, and I'm going to say Bowen to score because Jesus Christ, he's in the form of his life. Right, we'll move on to the next one, Paddy. Do you want to take us into it?
Yes. Okay. So Southampton and the absolute machines that are Man City. How can they be stopped? We need to get kryptonite or something to stop this team. I just don't know how it's going to be.
I don't see them being stopped at all for the rest of the season. Like, they're going to draw a couple of games here or there. I don't see anybody fucking beating them. Like I would put my neck out on the line now and say they're going to go and beat them for the rest of the season. I don't see them losing to anybody. Liverpool won't beat them. They won't. I can't see them losing. Just genuinely cannot see them losing.
I'd love to see what the odds are on that. I wouldn't say you'd get great odds on it.
No, I wouldn't say so. Because they're too good. They're way too good. Like, they haven't really lost much from the African Cup of Nations. They have Mahrez, who's gone. That's about it. Big loss, but look, they have plenty of talent to come in and take over them. Score prediction on this one, I'm going to go with a 3-1 win for Man City. And I'm going to say Kevin De Bruyne scores because he's been on fire lately.
Yeah. I'll stick with you there. I don't even know if Southampton will score, to be honest with you. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for City and Sterling to score first.
Cool. Right, next one is Arsenal and Burnley. Obviously, Burnley's match with Watford got called off today. This is one like Arsenal again. Like we're talking about, you always say it. You always say it every week. they're just like what's it you say they're great or something, or you've said they're gonna be great?
No, I said because they didn't have the normal Thursday night Europa League football at the start of the season. I thought they'd
like
really kick on and become a good team this season.
yeah.
And it's coming to fruition. But as I say as well, even a broken clock is right twice a day, huh?
Yeah, no, I do think they're gonna win this match. And it'll be a handy one. I'll just give a score prediction. We'll move on. I'm gonna say 2-0 to Arsenal, and I'm gonna say Saka to score. Saka's been playing well lately.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a 2-0 win for Arsenal as well, and Pepe to score.
Okay, nice one. Next one, Paddy.
Okay, well, who have we got next here? Sorry, I've got my list out again.
It's on the screen. It's on the screen.
Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, it's on the screen. Should be looking at that, really, shouldn't I? Palace, I haven't actually seen how they've been doing lately against Liverpool, who were fairly comfortable against Brentford. It's a must-win game. Like every game now for Liverpool, there must be so much pressure on the players. And is that sustainable? Like Man City, I don't think there'd be as much pressure on Man City now as there would be on Liverpool. Liverpool have to win every game.
I think City be comfortable enough where they are, and I'd say they're probably confident in their own ability. And Liverpool are at the moment Salah-less and Mane-less. So they're struggling team wise, like, because they have Jota there, fair enough, and then they have Firmino, who's been kind of out of form, and then they're looking at the likes of the Ox to kind of come in and pick up the pieces. But like, let's be fair, them players aren't as good as Salah or Mane. But Palace have been very inconsistent. That's the only thing I'll say about them. And I personally don't see them having enough to beat Liverpool. So I would say Liverpool will win this one. And I'm going to say 2-1 to Liverpool and Jota to score.
Yeah, I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool and Jota to score as well.
Cool. Right, next one, we'll just give score predictions on this one, Paddy. Leicester and Brighton. I'm going to jump in straight away. I'm just going to go... I'm actually going to go 1-1 on this. I know Leicester are probably the obvious choice there, but Brighton, again, I was having a conversation with someone on Instagram about Brighton, and I done my team of the week there, or team of the season last week, and I put the left back off Brighton in, Kuka, fucking can't remember, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but anyway, he's the left back off Brighton, and he's been fucking brilliant. He's way too good for Brighton, and again, he's been playing fucking super this season. So I'm going to say 1-1 to in this game, and I'm going to say Vardy to score.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Leicester, and this is a difficult one to pick. Iheanacho.
Oh yeah, nice. Okay. Last one, Paddy.
Because I was going to go for midfielder, but then I was like, nah, I'll stick with the strikers. The last one, can Chelsea finally get the win that they're craving? 2 wins in 8. That's worse than United. If I actually think about why isn't there more being made of Tuchel? Is it Tuchel out?
No. Well, look, no. It's a results-based game.
Oh, yeah,
results-based game, Paddy, right? I left my loyalty with Frank Lampard and I got shot in the face for it. If Chelsea don't start winning games, I'm putting a bit of blame on Tuchel because I didn't think he started the right team against Chelsea. What am I? Who am I to say against that? Do you know what I mean? Against City. I'm only a fan, so that's just my opinion on it. I genuinely think that Mason Mount should have started, should have played the whole game. I don't think Ziyech should have played. Again, I said it in the chat with the lads. Ziyech shouldn't be playing. I think he whipped him off after 50 minutes after doing nothing. Havertz should have been playing. I just think he has that bit of class. Even Timo Werner playing. He's got the work rate. I just think we played the wrong team against Manchester City. And it was heartbreaking to watch because we just couldn't break them down. Lukaku, again, just looked like Lukaku from Manchester United days where ball was bouncing off him. He wasn't dominant in the air, which he usually is. He wasn't making runs. He made one good run and it made John Stones look like a child. And that was the only time he done it. John Stones went on his arse when he ran past him. And then he just stopped running for some reason. So Yeah, I think Tuchel's gonna have to up his game, to be honest with you, and bring the motivation back into the team.
Do you drop Lukaku?
I would drop Lukaku probably. Yeah, like I don't know. It's a tough one. Like I probably, to be honest with you, now I probably wouldn't. I probably would stick with him, but I'd probably play more players around him. I'd probably go 4-3-3, and play Werner up, and Havertz probably up with him. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I'd play something like that, give him a bit more support. I don't really know what he wants. Does he like? He seems to just come short a lot, play the ball back, and then does nothing. I don't know what he wants.
Premier League? I don't think so.
No, I don't know because I can't see what he wants. The only time I've seen him being really good is when he's running at players with the ball. The rest of the shit, I'm not a fan of. This whole thing of holding up the play and playing it off to a midfielder running past you. Yeah, it works sometimes, but it's not working for Chelsea, and I don't think it's working. So
no.
Score prediction on this one, though, I do think we may beat Spurs. We beat them in the cup, and I think we might beat them again. 2-1. I'm going to say it'd be a tight game, and I'm going to say Mason Mount to score because I'm sure Tuchel will have learned from his mistake, and we'll play Mason Mount in. Did I say Tuchel to score?
No.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Mount
played tonight.
Yeah, so fair enough, Leah. So look, we fucking drew, but no, he should be playing every single game. It's like Mount shouldn't be getting rested. He's in his prime of his life. Just fucking let him play. So I'm gonna say 2-1, and I'm gonna say Mount to score.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a Chelsea win as well. Considering how he's done in the cup against Spurs. Spurs just don't seem to have the same quality as Chelsea, and I think it's shown through in the cup games. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to stick with a Chelsea win, 2-1, and I'm going to go for Werner to score. Actually,
yeah, nice. I like that. I hope that happens. Right, look, Paddy, that's all we have for this week. Again, this is kind of our first time just doing the predictions, and we're going to obviously be releasing this on the Thursday, so it'll be Thursday if everybody's listening or watching. It's going to go out as a podcast as well, so plenty of fucking shit coming up. What else do we have? Good shit. Like, so we have we do have a lot of content. See this thing right here? Look what I'm after buying. A drone. Like, wow. Hopefully we can get some sexy
that room is way too small for a drone.
We're gonna hang out a bit, let it fly me around. No, but look, we are obviously, like we talked about it last year, and it was kind of, the weather was kind of shitty, but coming into the summer we're going to be doing all these football challenges, free kicks, penalties, little drills and stuff like that, and it's all going to be put up onto the YouTube channel for a bit of crack. So hopefully
beyond the ball Hunger Games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But look, Paddy, we'll end it there. Again, anybody that's watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, make sure you subscribe, make sure you follow. Go onto our YouTube. Even if you're watching on any of the ones, go onto our YouTube. YouTube for us is probably one of the big ones that we want to try build. So if you go onto our YouTube page, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell icon as well, because you get a notification every time we go live. And make sure you go onto the Instagram as well, because we post a lot of stuff up there. So, Paddy, thanks for joining us, and we'll call it a day, and we'll see everybody next week.
Cheers, Colly.